Product of powers. So if I have 2 to the power of 2 and I want to multiply that by 2 to the power of 4, what does that really mean? Well, I can write out 2 to the power of 2. That just means 2 times itself twice, right? And then I can write out 2 to the power of 4, and that means 2 times itself 4 times. Right, so this group here is that one, and this group here is that one. Okay, so I just multiply them out times each other. 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. So we can count all those, and it's 2 times itself 6 times. And of course, 2 times itself 6 times means that the exponent is 6. All right, so if the bases are the same, then we can multiply these numbers out and we can group them together, and then we can get one single exponent instead of having 2 separate exponents. Okay? If the bases are different, then that's a different story. You can't do that. So for instance, let's say we wanted to do, let's do another question here. So 3 squared, and we're going to multiply that by 3 to the power of 5. Okay, so we're just going to write this whole thing out. So it's 3 times 3, right, because that's that number there. And 3 times itself 5 times. 3 times, 4 times, 5 times. Okay, so we count them all. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, so that's 3 times itself 7 times, or 3 to the power of 7. Okay, and we can do this with powers multiplying by themselves over and over and over again. Or we can also do this with fractions. Let's say if we have values with different bases, perhaps we have 4 to the power of 7 times 4 squared times 6 to the power of 5 times maybe 6 to the power of 1. First of all, let's talk about this one right here. 6 to the power of 1. It just means 6 times itself one time. And 6 times itself one time is just 6. Okay, so when we have an exponent of 1, it's just the number. It's just the base. All right? So when we multiply exponents, when we multiply powers, sorry, and they have exponents, then we can only do ones that have the same base and grouping them together. So that means that these ones we can put together and these ones we can put together, but we can't join the 4 and the 6. So we'll do them separately. So 4 to the power of 7 times 4 to the power of 2. Okay, so what happens here is there's actually a rule. We could write these all out. We could write 4 7 times, and we could write 4 2 times, and we'd add them all up and there'd be 9 4s, and we'd write 4 to the power of 9. Well, look at this exponent here, it's 7. And look at this exponent here, it's 2. 4 to the power of 7, right, times 4 to the power of 2 is equal to 4 to the power of 7 plus 2, okay? When we're multiplying these, we can simply add the exponents. And this is equal to 4 to the power of 9. And we can do the same thing here with the 6's. So 6 to the power of 5 times 6 to the power of 1. We can simply, because the bases are the same, we can add the exponents. So this is equal to 6 to the power of 5 plus 1. 5 plus 1 is 6, so this is 6 to the power of 6. So now we can write this out. This right here is equal to 4 to the power of 9 times 6 to the power of 6.